Hello and welcome to the video series for Polaris 3G. My name is Todd with Mecklenburg County GIS, and this video is on property details and layer identification. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and pull up a particular piece of property, and you guys probably know which address I'm going to key in. 5501 Ruth Drive. So let's go ahead and get there. Okay, so you can see once I've pull up that property and it's highlighted, I'm presented over here to the far left hand side some details on this property. I have a property photo which I can click on and enlarge if I want to see a closer look. I've got the ownership information, the name, the owner's name and the mailing address. I have some characteristics such as a legal description, fire district, an account type, property use. I have deed references. You can see that information. I have situs addresses. I have a whole lot of links down here at the bottom that I'll go over in just a little bit. But let's just kind of focus what's up here on top. Under characteristics, there's a legal description. So you've got lot 7 in block 15, and the map book is 8-441. And you notice that there's a link. So what you want to do before you click on this link is you might want to write down that information just on some scratch paper, just so it can kind of help you be able to reference this. So if you see a letter M followed by a number, that means it's a map book. That means it's a recorded map or subdivision. So let's go ahead and click on this link. And Mecklenburg County has a Register of Deeds website. They have 2 online applications. One is a fairly new system that allows you to see digital images of recorded maps and recorded deeds. This particular application is a microfilm based. It is digital, but it is an older system, and a lot of documentations were imaged, but everything current is imaged in another system. So you'll have to kind of learn both of these, but I'm just going to give you an example here on how to pull up this recorded map. So I'm going to go under book types and select maps. I'm going to go in here. I believe that the map book was 8, so I'm going to key in 8 and hit enter. So there's 268 frames to this thing. So what you need to do is the page of this says it's 441, but you can see it stops at 228. So actually what we're doing is actually each one of these pages is an odd number, so it's numbered in an odd number. So what you need to do is you need to take page 441 and basically divide it by 2 to kind of get to where you need to in this system. So I'm going to go ahead and type in 220. And you can see up here in the far in the top right hand corner, you can see those page numbers for these recorded maps. This one's 437 and this one's 439. So I would suspect this guy right here is going to be 441. So let's go ahead and scroll over to him, and we've got the option we can select that guy too. So let's select. So you can see now I've got the recorded map pulled up, and we were looking at, I believe it was block 15, and I think it was lot 7. So block 15, lot 7, and we are on Ruth Drive. That would be the property. So if you'd like to go ahead and print this out or save this and send it to somebody electronically, you could do that. So let's go ahead and close this out. So we're back to the property. And we can go ahead down further if we'd like to. There's a link right here that says find adjoining owners. And I can click on that. Let's say I was a surveyor and I was surveying all the property that surrounds this property. So what I could do is type in a buffer distance of, let's say, 10 feet and hit go. So you can see now I've got 5 results. And I've showed you in a previous video that you can print a PDF report if you'd like. Those are the 5. You can print a deed report. And what you can do here is you can print a comma delimited file. I didn't show you this previously, but let's go ahead and bring that up. And what it's going to do is it's going to allow you to open that up into Excel. And it'll give you all that information in a spreadsheet. So if you want to import that into Microsoft Word to do some kind of mass mailing, or if you're wanting to do any kind of thing that's related to like a rezoning petition or something like that, it gives you a lot of different uses and flexibility. So I'm going to go ahead and close that. And I'm going to go on back to my details. And I'm just going to go ahead and clear my search results, and I'm going to go ahead and clear my graphics. So now we're back to the property as it was. A couple of other things you can do is there's a lot of information in this on this page, such as location information. I can see where to go vote. So it's going to pull up another application that we have called GeoPortal, and it's going to give me some detailed information on my polling location and my representatives, whether it's National Senate, Congressional, State, County, and even City. So let's go ahead and close this out. Let's say I wanted to know some things about some schools. So here are my school assignments for this address. I've got my high school, my middle school, and my elementary. Let's say I'm interested in magnet schools. Here's all the different magnet schools that are in close proximity, all the way up to 10 miles away. So you can look through these to see which ones would be of closest proximity. So let's close that out. I can get directions. It goes to Google Maps. So if I want to get directions to this location, I can do that by using this. Let's say I want to get into some environmental information. Let's say floodplain, zoning, and watershed information. If you click on that link, it's going to go to another page that's going to give you some more links and things like that. It's going to tell me that this property is not in a historic district of Charlotte. It tells me what the census tract is. Zoning, it doesn't exactly tell you zoning because this property may cross different zoning boundaries, but it's all in one. But you can also click Add Overlay, and that's going to actually turn that zoning layer on for you if you'd like to see it. Water quality buffers, same thing. The parcel is not inside a water quality buffer, but I can turn it on if I'd like to. There you go. Post-construction district information. Here's your floodplain. Yes, it is in the floodplain, so I think we've shown this before in prior videos, but I can turn that on as well, and you can see that. And that's pretty much most of the details here. So I'm going to go back to the front page. Now I'm going to go ahead down to environmental information again, and you notice there's 3 links across the bottom of this section called air info, land info, and water info. So if you click on these guys, you'll be able to go back to GeoPortal, and it's going to give you some more detailed information about air pollution sites, which says there's nothing within a half mile of this property, so that's good. We've got land information, so a lot of information that was on the other site is on this site, but there's more, such as soil types, MPL contamination sites, and land classification, which is open space, trees, and urban. So go ahead and close that. Water info. Okay, you can see I'm displayed. Yes, it says that the property is within a regulated floodplain. There's water quality buffers close by. There's watershed information, post-construction information. So a lot of detailed information that can come up. So that's the environmental information. And lastly, we've got the tax information. So if you want to get some details on all of the structures that are on this property and that kind of information, you can click on that link and it'll go to the real estate lookup print page, which gives you all the details as far as assessment value, sales information, land use, all the building descriptions, those kind of things. So I'm going to go ahead and close that. And tax bill info. And here is the web page that allows you to get to the tax bill information on a particular piece of property. So you can tell these taxes have been paid, so that's good. So let's close out of that. And like I said before, I can click any time on another piece of property and do an identify and get that property information. I can also do what's called an identify layer. So if I do an identify layer, I'm not actually selecting the property itself. I'm selecting something that's at that location. So let's say, I wanted to know what zip code this particular property is in. I could go in this drop-down list down to zip code, and it would tell me that I'm in zip code 28215. FEMA floodplain. I'm not in a floodplain. I am in a watershed, so I'm in Briar watershed, and let's see what else. I am in a census tract, so this is the date. This is the attribution for census tract. So there's a lot of different information in there. So you can see I'm able to pull that up. But I'm going to go ahead back to details. I can zoom to property, that kind of thing. And that is pretty much it for layer identification. So we hope you enjoyed learning about Polaris 3G, and we'll see you in the next video.